I'm looking at the datasheet, and maybe it's not such a good idea to connect the USB without programming the charge current, because it's 1 amperes. I doubt it is 1 amperes, but it's much better if it was like 10 milliamps. So yeah, it's dangerous, but it's working somehow. There it is, 1K2, and that's about 1 amperes according to the datasheet. So if you have 30K here, then you get 50 milliamps. Should be great for that tiny battery. Okay, got it out. Just use a blow up thing. So put 100K into it. So why did I put 100K? Well, I don't have 33 or 30K, so I will use 3 of those 100K and stack them on top of each other. So yeah, there we have 2 on top of each other. And there you go, 300K on top of each other. So what's this? 100K divided by 3, 33K. So that's below 50 milliamp according to the datasheet. Okay, we're charging, and the voltage isn't rising as violently fast as it was. It was jumping like 3.3, 3.5, 3.8, 3.9, 4, and I would just unplug this tiny battery once, because I knew it was something was not right. Anyway, I don't know how many milliamp hours this battery is, and but I'm guessing by the looks of it, by the batteries I've seen on the net, it's about 40. So it's charging at about 1C, which is a bit much for a small battery, but for LiPo batteries, it's a rule of thumb to charge battery no more than 1C. And 1C means if the battery is 20 milliamp hours, then you shouldn't charge it more than 20 milliamp. So, or the rate anyway. So, I really love that it's climbing slowly. So, while this is going on, let's try and attach the light source I have over here. Yes, I have my blinker on it, and you can see the voltage is bouncing a little bit up and down. So if I disconnect the charger, let's see. So now it's running from only the battery, and the voltage is bouncing around, but not that much really. It's 40 milliamps perhaps. So if I turn it off, it's 3.5, and on it's 3.46 and dropping. So, and it's not particularly bright because it's supposed to have 3 of these AAA batteries. So, and they are 1.5 volts when they are full, so that's 4.5 volts. We're never going to get up to that, so therefore I need a boost converter in that case. But I think maybe I can change the LEDs somehow to accept lower voltage. And also I do in fact like that they get weaker, like, because then I know the state of the battery. So yeah, you can see this battery is just too small for this application. Discharging it really quickly. So, but that was what I could find in my drawer, because Ingrid had bought like some Fitbit copy on the net. Now she has the real thing. I don't think she's using that one anymore, but I don't want to ruin it. But anyway, you can get these batteries in all types and sizes. So maybe 200 milliamp hour little chewing gum package battery. Fit it down into this cavity here, would be great. So
let me put it like this here. I am the mother of 19 children. And as far as the teenage boy is concerned, girls, have you ever tried to wash their drawers? Now that is some nastiness you cannot even stand to look at on the National Geographic special.
discharging. It's been on for like an hour, so 3.6 volts. It's just a little bit under the nominal voltage. I'm happy about that. So it's a bit dimmer now, 3.6 volts. So, but that's expected. So it will get much dimmer and dimmer. So that's actually quite impressive with that little battery there. It's like it's smaller than a penny. Yep. After 1.5 hours, it started flashing. So now it's completely gone again. Yep, I missed it. So the meter says 0.6 volts, but I think it has, it's not really 0.6. It's just that the regulator has cut the voltage. So because this has a safety feature and the voltage cut out, such that the battery doesn't go to heaven. So what do I think about that? 1.5 hours? That's just not much, but I don't really need that much more of a battery. Maybe if this is a 40 milliamp hour or something like that. Well, let's think about it. So this is 50 milliamp current pull at about 3.7 volts, the nominal voltage. So for 1 hour that will be 50 milliamp hour. So it's maybe it's more, or it's maybe difficult to calculate because when the voltage goes down, so will also the current. So yeah, I think it's about 40 milliamp hours. Yes, I went onto a site I've never seen before, so crossing my fingers. And I ordered this LiPo battery. It's well within the size I need, 25, 16 and 7mm size. But meanwhile I'm going to try this one. I will glue the battery on the back of this board and then the board into the case and add some wires so I can cycle around with it. I will bring spare lights. Sorry for the mess. This is the kitchen. It's a bit messy, Christmassy. Anyway, I thought I would show you these two lights now, and I've been cycling out for 1 hour 18. So maybe 120 with the lights on. So this is the new one. This is the one with batteries. You can see they're not that different. Okay, so let's try something. Okay, I'm going to take this one down. They look very similar, I think. There, that's better. Okay, let's measure them or weigh them. 20 grams. 51. That's a huge difference. Okay, this battery I have now, it's not the one I'm going to use anyway. Yeah, you saw it earlier in the video. It's underneath. So this is the construction. Yeah. So this is just temporary. It's not good cycling with a board that dangles up and down, of course. It's a lot of shaking and you know, solder points, they don't like shaking. I forgot to tell you that I had it on blinking, so that probably saved me some power anyway. Haha. Yeah, it's a mirror, so you can see it upside down anyway. So batteries received. Looking for some resistors to replace on the charger board. Watching EV Vlog live in the middle of night. In the Dave of EV Vlog has now went out for a snack. Here in the datasheet for the TP4056 we have some recommended values. This new battery, it's a 300 milliamp hours. So that's, I don't know, 5 to 10 times larger than the ones in here. So, well, it's underneath, so let's see. There you see. Let's compare them. It's pretty darn different. Yes, but I haven't secured it properly. Oops. Yeah, I just charged it, so it's fine. Actually, I rode around with it. And I've forgotten to charge it, and that's the point of going to a larger one anyway. However, I was going for 180 milliamp hours, but they didn't have it. After I had bought it already, they came with an email and said I don't have it anyway. So I got a 300 milliamp hours instead, so I'm happy with that. Oh, he's back. Dave's back. I'll just turn off the audio. Yeah, so that's cool. So that's the point. I was riding around. It started when it was like this. It started sort of flashing by itself. That means it's running out, and then it runs out pretty quickly. So I had the battery backup, so no problem. So I got safely home tonight. So let's see, we have to do some digging in here, I think, because if we get some light, yeah, you can see that this battery holder is in the way. It's a little bit bigger than I thought, so yeah, and the thickness, it's not that bad. Yeah, anyway, so how fast can you charge it? That's why we need to select this resistor. So I have I have a 2K, and if I look in the datasheet it says 2K it's 580 milliamp hours. So I just have to figure out if that's okay for this battery. That's about 2C. It means it charges in half an hour or something, or a little bit longer. I couldn't find any data on that LiPo, so the safe charging rate is 1C usually, so. And I have a 3.3K resistor, so well, it will be between here somewhere, so 1C-ish. You can see that the light there in the middle of the screen is discharging. It's the 300 milliamp hours battery. I haven't done anything to it, and it's been on for like 4 hours, so I'm just discharging it because I want to time it, how long it takes to charge it. The intensity gives me a warning that the battery is running out, and it has been like this for like an hour or something. With a small battery it takes like 10 minutes
only after you get the warning or you see that it is on low intensity. So that's not very useful, but here I can finish the whole ride before it goes out. So, but anyway, I will bring an extra light, so just in case.
Some of the clips you have seen in this video, they are from different days. So I'm doing this all before Christmas. This is after Christmas or in the Boxing Day or something. I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather after that metal fume fever. So yeah, so I have the light here, and when I connect it, I've set the limit to 1.5 milliamps, and I'm expecting 280 milliamps or something. We'll get 1 amperes or 1000 milliamps. That's crazy. So I don't know what's going on there. That's like 3 times what it's supposed to get. So I don't think this is healthy. I have to figure out what's wrong. Okay, I don't know what happened, but that's a 1.2K resistor. So what the hell happened there? I did change it, I'm sure. Maybe I put back the same one. How typical. So what am I gonna do about that? Well, I think I will just put something underneath here, so to protect the battery while I'm heating the device. So I'm gonna use one of this Muffin's silicone forms, and they are useful for something at least. I'm gonna protect the battery somehow. Yeah, just let it sit there, and I'm probably supposed to remove the battery before I do this, but hey, let's get it done. There you go. It's off. The still working. It's the charging part of the circuit which has been disconnected anyway. So I don't know how much memory I have on this card. So yeah, so I have the resistor here, so let's just dab some on each side. And then try and get it in there without sparks flying and everything. Yeah, what was I going to tell you? It's so difficult to talk and do this at the same time, because this is not something I do every day. So this is going to be a really bad job, but hey, let's go. Let's see what it melts. I'm just gonna help it with the surface tension. So there it goes. Okay, it actually is self-centered, so no problems. Okay, we'll stop there. Cool down, so let's have a look. Did we get it right this time? Can't see it. There. 5.6 kilo ohms. Yeah, what I was going to say was that you can charge with this USB connector, but you can also connect 5 volt directly. So I'm measuring the current going into the 5 volt,
and that's ultimately the same current almost that goes into the battery. Some current is going to the red LED, but it's the same current all the time, so you can just subtract that from the original. Of course it would be the best to measure current out of the battery connector, but I don't want to introduce some resistance from the meter and such, so because it's charging circuits is very sensitive to cutoff voltage, you know, so yeah, and when there's current flowing there can be some error in the readings. Let's see what the current's like this time. So, oh, that's much better, 250 milliamps. So let's get back to the calculator. The reason why I have all the flux up here now is because we had a small child visiting, so of course there's a lot of things here child shouldn't touch, but well, oopsie daisies, let's stop it. Oopsies fell down, but it's still working, so 250. Yeah, we had a small child visiting, and a lot of stuff here you can put in her mouth. It's like 1.5 years old, so she never went into this room because we didn't let her, that's for sure. But anyway, if something would happen, I don't want her to put flux into her mouth. That will be deadly, I think, because it's poisonous. Okay, we're back at the computer, and let's open the datasheet. The datasheet says IBAT equals VProg divided by RProg. VProg is 1 volt anyway, times 1200. So let's try that. Let's try the calculator. VProg was 1 volt divided by 5600 ohms times 1200, 214 milliamps, and it says 215 milliamps, so pretty close, isn't it? And it's running quite happily there, so which is very nice, so I can relax now. Yeah. I'm looking at the datasheet for the TP4056, which is on this board anyway. It's the charging. And here's the graph. I was supposed to connect my meter and then have a clock and do a time lapse, but I don't feel like it because I feel under the weather. I'm sorry about that. So what you see here, you have 2 modes. Actually there's 3, because if the voltage is below a certain limit over the battery, it will then do a small charge. So what you see the voltage curve, which is over the battery over time. And then you also see the current going into the battery. So, and you can see also that when the voltage is under 2.9 volts, let's see, 2.9 volt trickle charge threshold. So there's there. It puts like a tenth of the full charge rate into the battery, so it trickles. So you can prevent fires in that way. I think if something's wrong with the battery, it won't force it in any way. So then it ramps up and gradually gets to the full charge rate, and then it stays in that charge rate. So that's called constant current. And while the voltage of the battery is rising to a certain rate or a voltage, not sure which of the what. Don't think it says here where it goes into constant voltage. Anyway, so it goes into constant voltage mode such that it can top off the battery's charge, and then the battery just takes whatever current it wants at that voltage, and you have a cutoff at tenth of the charging rate, which in this case is 1000 milliamps. So this is tenth of that is 100. It's in constant voltage mode. You see the current is dropping there by itself.
still charging though. So it's been 1 hour and 10 minutes. It's down to 100 milliamps from 215. So when it gets down to like 30 or maybe 40, I will record again so we can see the C10th cutoff. 1 hour 20 minutes. It's very close to the end of the charge. The battery is cold. There we are at the 10th of the charge rate, so anytime soon it should drop. Anytime now. There! Yoo-hoo! 1 hour and 25 minutes. So that's great. It turns green. We're all happy. I'm happy anyway. So let's see. Oopsie daisies. Works like a treat. Blink, 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 blink. Yeah, before I end this video, let's see what the voltage are like. And remember back in the beginning of the video, I did like I had it on blinking, and then we saw what the voltage was like when it was running. So we saw like a voltage drop of the battery. So now it's on, as you can see, so probably expect very little. So what's that like? It's so fast, so let's just turn it on. It says, I can't see, 4182, and without anything it says 41N92. So that's 10 millivolts, and we had 50 millivolts on the small battery, so that's great. So that means that this is much more efficient of discharging. I kept stopping in this what shall I say, this recessment here, is that what it's called? You kept hooking onto that thing there, so let's see how it performs now. I have cut it down, shaved it down, so let's see. Ah, much better. Great, it's on. So let's wait them, and then the video ends. 26, 33, so that's this was the big battery, this was the small battery. So well, thank you for watching. So the AAA was 51, I think. I don't, we can look at all footage. Thank you very much for watching. So happy New Year.